Hello world, I'm Josh Harris, Seeger Swole, and this week we are talking about protein. Now protein is unique because it has the nitrogen atom attached to it. It gives you that word amino, so amino acid. Now typically a full protein, a complete protein, is 20 amino acids held together by peptide bonds. Peptide bonds are important because it's what gives the protein its unique characteristics and how it's going to function within the body. Now you have two different categories, main categories of proteins. You have, or I should say amino acids. You have essential amino acids, being that your body can't produce the required amount of amino acids. You need to eat them, you need to intake them. So those include amino acids like leucine, lysine, tryptophan, and other essential amino acids. Now the other category is for special circumstances when, typically you're gonna have amino acids that can be internally produced, but if in your case, special circumstances, they're not produced, then they are called conditionally essential amino acids. According to Sizer and Whitney, about 40% of the protein resides within our muscle tissue. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the proteins have a lot of different functions. For example, they help build enzymes, hormones, antibodies. They're also used to transport other substances through the blood. Also, special proteins in the blood are used for clotting. If you're in an energy deficit, proteins can actually be converted to glucose and provide your body with that energy that it's lacking. Being that your body can use protein for energy, that kind of falls under the category of a wasted protein. Because if you remember from our talk about carbohydrates, then you know that carbohydrates are your main source of energy. So if you're using your amino acids and your protein to supply your body with energy, then that kind of falls into the category of a wasted protein, because it's not one of its main functions, a protein anyway. That's for carbs. Carbs are for energy, protein is for the other functions that I just listed. So, other ways that you can waste protein. Well, you're not getting a full or complete protein. As I mentioned earlier, typically a complete protein is going to be about 20 amino acids held together by those peptide bonds. So if you're not getting a complete protein... Oh, really?
Please remember to rack your weights after use.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please remember to rack your weights after use.
Where was I? Another way you could be wasting protein, you're taking too much of it. That's also a waste. Your body can only utilize so much protein to a certain point. After that, it just is going right through you. The dietary recommended intake from the National Institute of Health, the standard average intake for an adult 18 and up, is 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. That is the standard. Everybody's going to be different. They're going to range. Typically that equates to 10 to 35% of one's daily caloric intake. This would be a workout. Oh, shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have did that. Chances are, though, you don't need to worry about your protein intake, because according to Sizer and Whitney and studies that were done in the U.S., the U.S. population, adults anyway, do a great job of meeting their protein intake, with about 70% of that coming from items like meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and milk. In the grand scheme of things, both protein deficiency and protein surplus have negative effects. I'll come down. The bottom line is, just like I said with carbohydrates and fats, there's no long list of tips for this video, but the bottom line is going to be getting that quality nutrient in your diet, in this case proteins, and meeting your macronutrient, your specific goal, to fit your diet, to fit you individually. That's really all I have for this video, all the information. If you liked it, give it a like, share it, let me know. I hope you enjoyed it. I got to get to my workout. I'm already running late. So Josh Harris, Seeger Swole, I'm out.
Are you okay?